Welcome to today's Explainer. Ever wonder how the world's top brands engineer that massive predictable growth? Well, I'll tell you right now, it's not magic and it's definitely not random. It's all about building a bulletproof digital marketing ecosystem. Today, we're breaking down the architecture of that exact system. We're going to unpack the source material to show you exactly how a casual internet browser is transformed into an intensely loyal customer. This isn't just about throwing some ads online. It's about constructing a deliberate, interconnected machine.
Here's the roadmap for our explainer today. We've got 5 main stops. 1. Welcome to the ecosystem. 2. Properties, traffic, and devices. 3. The AIDA framework. 4. The AACROR model. And finally, 5. The complete marketing process. Let's get into it.
So, Section 1. Welcome to the ecosystem, building your digital foundation.
Before we can build the house, we've got to pour the concrete, right? At its core, digital marketing is basically marketing using the internet to promote products or services, bring people to online platforms, and convert visitors into leads or customers. But here's the real strategic takeaway. This is a massive shift from traditional push advertising, like buying a billboard and just crossing your fingers that people drive by. Instead, we're talking about creating a magnetic pull. You're designing this deliberate end-to-end engine to draw people into a space that you completely control, and then actively working to convert them. It's a living, breathing system where literally every single piece serves a specific, measurable purpose.
Moving right along to Section 2, Properties, Traffic, and Devices, Storefront and Footfall.
Okay, think of your online properties as your digital storefronts. We're talking about your website, a Facebook page, an Instagram profile, a LinkedIn page, maybe a blog, or a YouTube channel. But here's the kicker. A true digital ecosystem is absolutely not just a random collection of these isolated assets. It's all about how they seamlessly interact with each other. For example, a YouTube video might serve as the initial hook, which then drives a viewer to a long-form blog post. That blog post then offers something valuable in exchange for an email address, bringing that person straight into your core website's funnel. See how that works? Every property is a vital node in a much larger network. You aren't just setting up shop, you're literally building an entire digital neighborhood.
But listen, a beautifully designed neighborhood means absolutely nothing if the streets are totally empty. Traffic simply means visitors to your online platforms, which includes your website visitors and social media users. Think of it exactly like the footfall outside a physical brick-and-mortar store. But we really need to look a bit deeper at how this foot traffic actually behaves out there. You've got direct traffic. Those are the folks who already know your brand and type your URL straight into their browser. And then there's discovery traffic, people who just stumble upon your content through some algorithm or a friend's shared post. Both are totally crucial to your ecosystem, but they require entirely different strategies to actually capture and engage them effectively.
Now, I need to emphasize something here. There is a massive, massive difference between sheer traffic and a targeted audience. A targeted audience is incredibly important. Honestly, it's arguably the single most important metric in this whole ecosystem. Look, if you're selling high-end enterprise software, getting 50,000 teenagers to accidentally click on your landing page does absolutely nothing for your bottom line. Actually, it just ruins your analytics. Reaching the right, highly specific audience is the absolutely critical pivot point between burning your cash and actually making a profit. Quality always beats quantity when it comes to traffic. Why? Because targeted, qualified traffic is literally the only kind that actually converts.
So how is this traffic getting to you? Well, they're navigating to your online properties through a mix of devices: mobile phones, laptops, desktops, and tablets. But from a strategic standpoint, we shouldn't just look at this as a list of hardware. It's really a map of user experience friction. A customer's journey is almost never restricted to just one screen these days. I mean, they might discover your brand through an Instagram ad on their mobile phone while they're waiting in line for coffee, right? But then they might actually prefer to sit down and complete a complex purchase later that evening on their laptop. Your ecosystem absolutely has to provide a seamless, frictionless handoff between all of these different devices. And here is the reality check. Most users access the internet via mobile. This is a non-negotiable reality that should completely dictate your overall strategy. Having a mobile-first philosophy is mandatory. It's not just some passing design trend. It's a fundamental shift in how human beings consume information. Think about it. If your website looks gorgeous on a giant desktop monitor, but it's clunky, slow, or just impossible to navigate with a single thumb on a smartphone, you are actively turning away the vast majority of your targeted traffic. No way around it. Every single property in your ecosystem must be built for the small screen first and scaled up second. All right, Section 3, the AIDA framework. the psychological journey. Let's walk through this sequence. AIDA is a classic psychological playbook that maps out exactly what the user feels. Step 1 is attention. Imagine a user casually, rapidly scrolling through their feed. You have literally a fraction of a second to deploy a bold headline or a striking visual to stop their thumb. You've got to grab attention. Step 2 is interest. Now that you have their eyes, you deliver a fascinating statistic or a really compelling hook. You build interest and make them stop and think, hey, why should I care? Step 3 is desire. This is where you show value. You connect the dots, showing the tangible value of your product and how it solves their specific, painful problem. You're shifting their mindset from, this is interesting, to, oh man, I need this. And finally, step 4 is action. The customer takes action. You guide them seamlessly to click a link, sign up, or buy. You cannot skip steps here, folks. You have to guide the mind logically down this exact path.
Which brings us to Section 4, the ACOR model, the operational metrics.
So, if AIDA is the psychological journey the user goes on, the ACOR model is how the business actually measures and operationalizes that journey. Let's break down these critical phases. Phase 1 is activation. This is your outreach, successfully piercing through the noise to reach people and make an audience aware you even exist. Phase 2 is acquisition. Now, this is distinctly different from activation. Acquisition means successfully bringing that newly aware traffic directly onto your specific owned properties. Then we hit Phase 3, conversion. This is that pivotal moment where you turn those visitors into paying customers or qualified leads. But hold on, the ecosystem definitely does not stop at the sale. Phase 4 is retention. You have to keep those customers engaged and coming back. It is vastly more expensive to acquire a brand new customer than it is to keep an existing one happy and purchasing repeatedly. And finally, Phase 5 is optimization. This is the real secret to scaling. It's the constant, rigorous review of your data to eliminate bottlenecks and improve performance across every single phase we just talked about.
And our final stop, Section 5, the complete marketing process, the final blueprint. This is what ties the entire digital ecosystem together, and it's not a linear checklist, okay? It's a living, breathing, continuous loop. Step 1, create your online presence. Build out those interconnected storefronts and make absolutely sure they are flawlessly mobile first. Step 2, bring traffic. Deploy your strategies to capture both direct and discovery traffic across multiple devices. Step 3, generate leads. This is where you use the psychology of the AIDA framework to grab their attention and build profound interest. Step 4, convert leads. Turn that built-up desire into tangible action, officially acquiring a customer. Step 5, retain customers. Keep delivering exceptional value so they remain locked seamlessly inside your ecosystem. And Step 6, optimize strategies. Look deep in your ACROR metrics, find the friction points, and relentlessly refine your approach. The end of the process feeds right back into the beginning, making your whole engine stronger and more efficient with every single cycle. So here's a question for you. Your digital ecosystem might be built, but are you ready to optimize it? Is it a leaky bucket or a fine-tuned engine? See, the real magic doesn't happen in the initial building phase, it happens in the endless, rigorous optimization. Understanding these foundational steps we covered today, that's really only the beginning. Now you have to test, measure, and tweak this ecosystem every single day. I challenge you to look critically at your own digital properties. Are they truly capturing targeted attention, or are they just sitting empty on some digital street corner? Take the blueprint we've unpacked today, apply it to your brand, and start building an ecosystem that actually converts. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I'll catch you next time.